Field in Philadelphia, PA. Today, longtime foes square off in the NFC East, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. Kevontae Turpin now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Dak going to start out going to the air. Buying time to his left. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And this one quickly to Lamb. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Play fake. Here's Prescott. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ferguson. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 43. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And down to the 41. From the 41, here's 2nd down and 7. Here's Prescott. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And the Eagles will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what.
And this intercepted on the first play of the game. Picked off by Malik Jefferson. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Pollard going to try the right side. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. Steps away. That's to Schoonmaker, the tight end. Touchdown! Luke Schoonmaker from 21 yards away. And the Cowboys take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
On second down, Swift. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Damone Clark. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Follow up a touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They got to steal it and try and gain an advantage, and they tried. They just didn't get it done.
Back to Gainwell here on second down. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second and a couple. Once again, it's Swift. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Hurts. Flush to his right. This is caught. Touchdown, Eagles. Jack Stoll. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles are back within a score.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back.
Hurts fumbles it, and the Cowboys have recovered.
Well, that two-point attempt failed due to the fumble, but people can't see this, but you got a ball in your hands now, and you've got the thing locked in pretty well. You've got it covered up.
I love having a football in the booth. I always hang on to it. Makes me feel like I actually played back in my day.
Well, you probably could have. If you had run that play, you would not have fumbled. I can tell you that.
Maybe. And the Cowboys are able to recover. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. Prescott. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
On third down, it's Prescott. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Prescott now. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Pollard will take it up the gut, and they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. 3 tight ends up front here, third and goal. They'll try to run with Pollard. And he's going to be marked down very close to the first down marker, but it looks like he's a yard short. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So on fourth down, Prescott off, and on is Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead here to 17-6. So it was fourth down and 1 in the red zone, but they elect to take just the 3.
And I'm a little bit surprised that that's exactly what they decided to do. I kind of thought that they would go for it in that situation. Sometimes I'm sure you just think to yourself, take the 3 points, put them in your pocket, and move on.
The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? Here's Hurts to throw. Escaping the pressure right. That is caught. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. From the gun, here's Swift. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. They run out of the gun with Swift. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up. They'll try and run here with Swift. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. Fourth down. He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football and averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps at just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the picture going after the ball carrier.
And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They're going to run this with a tight end. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. The ball mere inches from the white line on 3rd and goal. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. On 3rd and short, the give to the tight end. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Albert O. As the first half is winding down. And the Eagles are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. They'll try to run with Swift. And he'll get in for the 2 points. And that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Hurts sets up to throw it. Flushed out right. And that's going to be caught downfield by Brown. And he'll be brought down with a penalty flag on the field. It was a late decision to throw, and it might have been too late. So the big play nullified, a legal forward pass.
And maybe we know why they were able to get such a good chunk of yardage on that play. That pass was illegal.
Second down, here's Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And the Cowboys are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he's going to take this close to the first down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 41. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. Past the 20. 5, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the 3rd quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And, boy, that sure turned out well for them.
And the Cowboys are able to recover. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Prescott and Lamb hooking up for the Cowboy first.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of this.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, 31 yards. And the Cowboys have retaken a third-quarter lead.
You get in a second and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Aubrey good with a PAT, and the lead is now 2. And I guess the touchdown wasn't enough. They want the onside kick as well. And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. Swift going to try up the middle. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They're going to look to throw. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here. 3rd and long. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 down at the 31. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
2nd and goal from the 1. Swift is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Albert Okwuegbunam, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Eagles have answered back with a 3rd-quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead. Hurts will throw. Complete at the 1. And make him 4 for 4 now on 2-point conversions as he'll take this one in for the score. And the touchdown apparently wasn't enough. They're going to go for the onside kick here. And the Cowboys are able to recover. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Out of his hands quickly to CeeDee Lamb. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Prescott. Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he picks up the 1st before he's taken down at the 29. Here's Prescott. Being chased out left. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 76 yards on the ground here for Pollard. This is a first down. First down, and it's Pollard again. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. They work now on 2nd and 9. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Peyton Hendershot. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from taking the lead here in the 4th.
You got it figured down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. And the touchdown apparently not enough. They want more, an onside kick. And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. 2nd down, 8 yards to go. Here's a handoff to Swift. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Here now, 3rd down. On the handoff, this is Swift. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They're going on 4th down with Hurts. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And the Cowboys have just about sewn up this football game. Just when you thought this game might be turned on its ear, a late interception pretty much going to seal the deal.
Yeah, boy, talk about having your backs to the wall. This defense, they look like they were in danger of surrendering this lead, but they knew they needed that one play, and they got it right there, partner.
There he goes, left side. He may go. CeeDee Lamb, touchdown, Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb, 75 yards. And the Cowboys use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. Aubrey now for the point after. And with that, the lead is up to 8. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here's 1st and 10. the ground. It's Swift to start the drive. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Right back to Swift again on second down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now. And he's got this down to the 35. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. Here's 1st down. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Well, that one into the hands of Brown downfield. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7.
It is certainly becoming rarer by the year to see your franchise guy take a hit like that. The defender couldn't believe he had a shot to light him up. So when you take off and run, you have to make sure you can slide.
And he's into the end zone. No flags. It's a touchdown. And now a 2-point conversion. And we'll be tied here in the final minute.
Do they have one big call left? Here we go.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They're going to try and run for it. And he's going to get into the end zone. The 2-point conversion successful. And we've got ourselves a tie football game. This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. This is 1st and 10. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he's got a first down to the 40-yard line, but the clock runs. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Now Prescott. Into the hands of Hendershot. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This from 55 yards out. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And it'll be a good time in Big D tonight. The Cowboys have won it. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Philly.